goes directly to Keller Williams International, strictly for all your KW technology. For .loop, Market Leader, CRM, your listing, KWLS system, the Playster site, the custom branded mobile app, and on and on and on, right? All of our Keller Williams tools. That's what that $25 goes for, so make sure you're taking advantage of it. To get to the Playster website, I hover over Technology, and I select KW Websites. Just briefly, I'm going to cover that if you want to even learn more about what we're covering today, or you have questions once you get back to your office, please select the Learn More. This takes you to your KW Connect, which is Keller Williams' resource for all e-learning. Okay, all of our e-learning videos are here, and you'll see at the bottom of the page a selection of videos. The bottom 3 are going to be a little bit more advanced, and these others at the top are about 3 minutes long. None of them are over 30 minutes. We try and keep it down to 30-minute time blocks because we know that your time is valuable, and you did not join Keller Williams because you wanted to be a webmaster, right? Did anyone? If you did, you went with the wrong company, sorry. You joined Keller Williams because you wanted to be a real estate agent, and we want you to be a real estate agent. So that's why we partner up and get these technology pieces that are easy and you can get in and out of them very quickly, okay? So this is our Playster website. I'm going to go in by saying, go to my website. Now, once you get to this page, you're going to see your website at the top. Yes, sir?
On those videos that you just pointed out, like the second one says your KW website, your KW third one, your KW website, is that the old website or is that Playster?
No, the KW website is your Playster website. Okay. Yes, sir. But thank you for pointing that out, because there is something that I do want to mention, guys. You know, we had, and it is past tense, 3 websites. The first one was your eAgent C website. It ended in, the end of that website address ended in dot, a little period, yourkwagent.com. That was the ending. The beginning before that dot was typically your name, first name, last name. Like mine was Nicole Joyce yourkwagent.com. That was your eAgency website. Those were slated to be turned off, shut down as of the end of December. So if you have that email address, or that website address, that website address that ends in .your, Y-O-U-R, kwagent.com on any of your marketing pieces, on any of your business cards, you need to make sure that you update that because that website no longer exists for any agents, okay? The second website that we created is your eEdge website. That website is still active. That one is connected to your CRM system, and it's powered by Market Leader. That one ends in .kwrealty.com. Typically your first name, last name, like mine was Nicole Joyce .kwrealty.com. Okay? That one is still active. We have not set a date on when that one will be shut off, nor do we know if we're going to shut it off. Okay? We're still working with Market Leader right now at Keller Williams International. We are trying to get down to one website for the agents, but in the meantime, we just created another one. I'll get back with you on that. So the eEdge is still existing, and I call it your little mini MLS system because it's all the listings from HAR on that website. It's mainly all about listings, and it's all connected to you, and you get all the leads. Okay, that's your eEdge website, ending in .kwrealty.com. This new website, your Playster website, we call it the KW website because it ends in .kw.com. So .kw.com. That's why we call it the KW website. That's the ending of this website. So that's your 3 websites. eAgency is gone. This is going to become your primary website, okay? Now, I mentioned just really briefly about a fourth website, but now we're down to 2 again, and we will be going up to 3 again shortly. It's going to be, I think you'll hear a little bit more information about it at Family Reunion, but that website is going to be a recruiting site. We're rolling out those recruiting websites to all the market centers right now. So the market center team leaders have a recruiting site, but ultimately we are also going to give a recruiting website to every single agent so that you can build your own downlines. Okay? So that is coming too around the corner, but it's strictly for recruiting. Alrighty? Just that you'll know and get a little tidbit of what's coming. And there's a lot coming, by the way. Yes, sir.
On this websites or the .kw and .mykw, when we're putting it in on HAR and things like that, which one do we use on that?
This one should become your primary website. Your .kw.co. Excuse me, .kw.com should become your primary website. Okay, but you do want to fix it up. You do want to get in there and do some work on it. Okay? Now, that brings me back to, he was asking, what do we put on HAR? A lot of other people also ask me, what do we put on their cards? What do we put on my business cards? What do I put on my advertisements? What website do I give to people when I'm talking to people? Get ready for this. I'm going to advise you that you don't put any of these websites on your business cards or your advertisements. Don't put any of these websites because you should not be marketing these websites. You should be marketing your domain. Same principle as Keller Williams, right? Keller Williams doesn't want you to market KW. In fact, our whole company was built on the platform that you are the agent, your listings, your leads. Y'all have all heard this before, right? We want you, Gary Keller wants you to market yourself. It's your business. You are the CEO of your business. You need to market yourself. To this day, Keller Williams International has spent how much money on marketing? Do y'all know? $0 on marketing. Keller Williams International has spent $0 on marketing, and they are the #1 real estate company in the world by agent count. And trailing behind on production, right behind. So we're almost there, guys. But the reason for that is because it's your business. Gary Keller wants you to market yourself. National Association of Realtors still tells us to this day that the average consumer does not pick their real estate agent because of the brokerage. In fact, the average consumer very often doesn't even know who their agent's broker is. They pick their agents for the agent. Would y'all agree or disagree?
I agree.
Okay? So that's why it's so important for you to market yourself. So you don't want to market any of these websites. You want to market your domain, your brand, you. How many of you have a custom domain? Okay? For those that have it, awesome. For those that don't, you are not going to benefit from anything we discussed today until you get a custom domain and put it on your website and map it to your website. The reason being, guys, is that your website ends in .kw.com, and so does 140,000 other websites end in .kw.com. So Google search engine sees that as a whole bunch of copycats. And it used to be that if you copied something off of someone else's website or yours was similar, that Google would just not push you up the search engine. You just wouldn't get any SEO on it. Google has actually flipped on us. And now if they find a blog that's copied content, if they find images that they can find on other websites, if they find the ending .kw.com that's found on 140,000 other websites, they actually push you down the search engine. They used to just not give you any SEO at all. Now, if you're a copycat, they push you down. So that should tell you you need to be putting in unique videos, unique photos, unique content. Okay? This all has to come from you or unique stuff that you can purchase, like video, like photos or videos. And I'll show you some of those places where you can get that in a minute. So I'm going to go to Edit Site. And then from Edit Site, to finish on covering what we were just talking about, I'm going to scroll down to where you see here, Custom Domain. When you go to Custom Domain, please don't be like me. Please read the directions. Okay? I'm already hearing yeah, because I'm guessing a few of you already had this issue, right? Please read the directions. It tells you here, you are not going to be forwarding your domain. You're going to be mapping your domain. There is a difference. If you have your domain through GoDaddy and you call GoDaddy and say, hey GoDaddy, I want you to forward my domain now to this new website, they will just forward it. You're not going to get the SEO that you need. You need to map it to get that SEO. In order to map your domain, okay? So that's renaming your website. In order for you to rename your website and map that domain, it tells you right here under the help, have a custom domain. In addition to providing your custom domain here, you must also log into your domain register, i.e. GoDaddy, and adjust your settings so that your domain successfully points to your place or site. And then it also says step-by-step help articles. If you click on this, you'll see right here, it tells you exactly which it lists a bunch of domain stores. Okay, so let's say you purchased your name through GoDaddy. By the way, I always say I like GoDaddy. That's where I had purchased mine from because GoDaddy gives good, they have great customer service and everything. I'm actually starting to change my tune. I'm really starting to like Google domains. One of the main reasons why I like Google domains is because anytime that you can play in the same playground as Google, what do you think helps your SEO? Boost it up, right? Now I'm not saying Google plays favorites if you purchase your domain from them as opposed to purchasing from GoDaddy, because I don't know that, but it might seem to reason. I know that they play favorites on videos and go through YouTube before they go through Vimeo.
Vimeo.
Vimeo?
No, Vimeo.
Vimeo? Okay, I can't even pronounce it right. But, right, I know that they play favorites there, so why wouldn't they play favorites here too? Just think about it, guys. If you have purchased domains through other providers in the past, please note that you can transfer your domains from one provider to the other. So that way when you're paying that yearly fee or 5 years, every time you renew it, you're just going to one source instead of having to keep up with all these different accounts. So, and it's always a good idea for you to do this, because how important is it for you to keep up your domain?
Yeah.
Extremely important. I get agents that tell me all the time, I bought my domain, I forgot to renew it, I didn't pay to renew it for that year, I lost it, I went back to get it again, and it's available for $500 a year now instead of $12 a year. What do you think happened?
Somebody else bought it.
Someone else bought it, and they'll sell it right back to you for a profit, right? So make sure once you purchase your domain, you stick with it, and you make sure that you renew it when it comes up for renewal. My best advice to you is to always purchase a domain for 5 years minimum. Now, do you have to? No. That's just an advice for you. And the reason why I say that, you can purchase domains for 10 years at a time. But the 5-year minimum, the reason why I say that is because Google knows how old your domain is and how long you have purchased it for. And that gives you SEO. Believe it or not, that will give you SEO. Why do you think Google would give me better SEO on NicoleJoyce.com? Because I've owned it for 7 years and I just renewed it for 10, as opposed to someone else who just bought a domain and only bought it for 1 year.
You're going to be around.
They know I'm going to be around. They know I'm going to be around. They know I've been here, so they're going to give me more leverage. Fair enough, right? So keep that in mind. When you purchase a domain, or if you've already purchased a domain, try and keep all your domains in one spot. You can have multiple domains, but you can only map one of them to your Playster site. So I map NicoleJoyce.com to my Playster site. But if I own other domains, I can always forward those other domains to NicoleJoyce.com. So when anyone types in the other domains, they're still going to get to NicoleJoyce.com. But NicoleJoyce.com is the one that is mapped to this site, and that's the one that I'm going to get the best SEO on. Any questions on that? Yes, sir.
Can you change your custom domain, or once done, can you change it?
You can't change. It depends. When you say change, there's a couple of different answers there. Change as far as going, like if I purchase NicoleJoyce.com from GoDaddy, can I go into GoDaddy and change NicoleJoyce.com? No. I will just have to purchase a whole new one. So I'll have two until that one runs out. But if you want to change it on your website, so if I decide, okay, I have Nicole Sells Homes in Houston and I have NicoleJoyce.com, and I want to take the NicoleJoyce.com off of this website, stop the mapping, and map Nicole Joyce Sells Homes in Houston, yes, I can do that.
That was my question.
Yes, sir. So you can, that part of change you can, okay? Be conscious about not making too many changes, because that's how you brand yourself. Branding happens over time and with repetition, right? So over time and repetition is what brands you. So make sure that you're not changing too much. Alrighty, so if you find your domain provider, whoever you purchased your domain from, and you click on the title for that one, it's going to show you step-by-step guides on exactly how to map your domain to your Playster website. Please make sure that you read through these directions in their entirety. I didn't.
And GoDaddy will actually do it for you if you call them.
GoDaddy will help you, but make sure you tell GoDaddy that you want to map it, not forward. Because I've actually helped some agents who said, I called GoDaddy and they did it for me, but it's not working like you said it should. And my name is not coming up in the search bar when I go to the About page. It's because GoDaddy had just forwarded it, they didn't map it. Make sure you're telling them the difference, okay? So it is very important that you read, guys. So I was at custom domain, I went to step-by-step, help articles, and that's how I learned how to map my custom domain to my website. So what does this look like? Well, when I open up a new tab and I go to my website at NicoleJoyce.com, I see my Playster website. But not only do I see my Playster website when I go to NicoleJoyce.com, but watch what happens. When I select any of the tabs at the top of my website, like maybe the About page, look at my URL. It's still NicoleJoyce.com/about/. When I go to my listing search, it's still NicoleJoyce.com/listings-search. When you forward a domain, your domain does not stay up in the URL. It disappears. It reverts back to the original domain name. So what that means is every time someone goes to different pages in your domain on your website, you're not getting that SEO click links. You're just getting it the very first time they get there, and that's it. So what do you think Google is going to think about your website?
That it sucks.
People go and leave, right? They go in and they leave. They're not doing anything on your website. So is your website popular as far as Google's concerned? Nope. So it's very important that you map it so that your domain is at the beginning of the address bar on every page in your website. Because then Google sees people go, and then they go to another page, and they go to another page. And so now what does Google think about your website?
It's amazing.
It's very popular. People are going and they're staying on it. So you get credibility and you're pushed up the search engine. You're starting to get a feel of how search engine optimization works, guys?
Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes.
Okay. So please make sure you take care of that. Again, if you do not, really guys, a lot of the things you do to this website, it's not going to do much good for you with SEO if you don't have your custom domain mapped to your website. Very, very important. That's why I cover it first thing. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the tab where I had my Playster site open, and I was at the Edit site, where we have all these different things, all these different options here. And we also have a bunch of different options up here at the top. What I want to talk about first is your About page. Very few agents go to the About page and change what's on the About page. This is something that's very important, guys. If you are getting ready to interview people to come to your house to help you to sell the biggest investment that you have, which is your home, aren't you going to Google them? Don't you want to know a little bit about them? People are going to go to your site and they're going to click on the About page. They want to know about you. And if your About says what his About says, this is what her About is, and they're just going to move on, right? You have to have unique content. So it's very important, guys, that you pay attention to your About page. The way to do that is from your Edit site, you're going to click on Pages. Here's all your pages. There's the About page. If you scroll over, you'll see where it says Edit. If you click on Edit, this is where you can edit the verbiage in your About page. But I'm going to give you one more important thing that every About page should have on it. What do you think that is?
Video.
A video.